Hey, Brad. I wanted to ask just kind of at what point last week did you kind of get the sense that you'd be in line for sort of a bigger role against Auburn? And how did you kind of come away feeling about the performance?
Yeah, so kind of during the week, we kind of knew Aaron was a little bit banged up with his knee. So they kind of had me on standby just taking reps at end with the ones and stuff. And so he kind of, just in case as a backup, just in case, Aaron wasn't able to go, or even if he was able to go, just to have me in there to roll in and take the pressure off of him some. So I kind of knew towards the middle of the week, beginning of the week.
Mike Cuba.
What have you noticed with your team the last 2 weeks in comparison to the first 2 weeks of the season that has allowed you guys to be able to get things rolling? Because it seems like you guys were right there on the verge the first couple games of the season, and I don't think a lot of people realized it, but now they're starting to see with the way it's translating to wins.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's anything different that we're really doing. I feel like we still doing the same things. Like we're still keeping the things priorities that we need to keep the priorities. But I feel like just winning itself just gives guys extra juice. It gives everybody in the building extra juice. So coming off that Vanderbilt win, we were hungry going into the week, and once we got that W, we were hungry for more. And then we got the W last weekend, and now we got to keep it going. So I just think the winning just increases everybody's tempo, increases everybody's tenacity, and everybody wants to win again.
Colin.
Brad, LSU's kind of had not sure who they're going to start at quarterback. How does that impact y'all's preparation, and what have you seen from, I guess, those two true freshmen that might start against you guys Saturday?
Yeah, I don't really think it'll change anything for us as a defense. We're kind of prepared for whoever plays out there, we're gonna play. Regardless. So we're not changing. We're not making any special game plans or changing really any type of schemes or anything special for the freshmen. Like whoever's in there is who we're gonna line up and play against.
Pete Acabelli.
Brad, how do you guys view LSU? Do you see them as the defending national champions, or do you look at them as a team that's kind of been struggling a little bit this year?
Well, they are the defending national champions, so that's a fact, regardless if you look at them that way or not. So they do have talent. They have guys that can make plays, and but so do we. So we just have to step up this week and play every game like it's a nameless, faceless opponent, and just attack on Saturday, regardless of who it is or what team.
Hale.
Brett, I don't know if this is something you guys pay attention to as players, but JJ's leading the SEC in sacks right now. Is that something you guys talk about amongst yourselves, or does it come up at all when you guys?
Yeah, I mean it's not one of those things that we kind of like are searching for. Like it ain't like JJ's out there looking up every day, on Google like who's leading the SEC in sacks or that we're doing that or whatever. But it's definitely one of those things like when you see it, pop up on social media. Whether it's JJ looking at it or whether it's me looking at it, like, oh dang, that's my dude, that's my guy, that's my teammate, and you definitely feel excited for him, and it's just fuel for everybody, like you see your guy making plays, you're like, okay, well, you happy for him, and then you want to make some as well. So yeah, definitely, we don't look for it, but it's definitely a thing that that we're happy to see, and that we'll work forward and work towards too. So.
And I think it looked like on one of the stunts you had that it looked like you were close to getting a sack. Do you recall the play I'm referring to?
Yeah, I think was it towards the end of the game, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think it might have
Yeah, I
been.
think you kind of like moved around or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And that was a tough one. Let that one slip
What
away.
your mind as you're breaking through the line? What was going through your mind as you break through the line? And
Well, when I broke
maybe
through, I just seen like a clean opening for me to come through. So first thing that popped in my mind was get hands on the guy, get him on the ground. And as I came through, it was like he shifted further and further away behind the offensive lineman. And then once I came through, I tried to wrap around, and the offensive lineman kind of pinned me in, and he had just enough room to kind of wiggle out. But so that was when I kind of let go, and we talked about it in when we were watching film, and P pointed it out and was like, man, you got to have that one. And I noticed it on the field too, and you hate to let things like that go, those big plays go, but you just got to look for the next one, play the next play. So.
Colin.
Yeah, Brad, I guess in your film review of LSU, what you've seen from them, just what do they do offensively, and what's really hard to kind of defend against in the stuff you've seen on film?
Well, speaking for like defensive line, the DNs and the Bucks, we're working a lot, focusing a lot on using our hands this week. You know, they have their tight ends that they have in. They like to cut block. Everybody on the offense really likes to cut block. So, you know, offensive line, the running backs, the tight ends, they all like to cut. So this week, Coach P's been emphasizing, you know, we got to use our hands, whether we're stunting, you know, slanting inside, or whether we're just playing our normal gap defenses. We got to use our hands, and we can't let those guys, you know, take us out to play by taking themselves out to play too, you know, in a way. So just got to be able to make those plays when they come to us and be ready for that.
The last one goes to Ben.
Brad, across the first 3 weeks, were you content with kind of the role and the workload you had, or were you kind of hoping to maybe see it increase a little bit like it did last week?
Well, going into the season, you know, I was excited, you know, playing Sam. I'm still excited playing Sam. I like the position. Of course, I wanted to see a little bit more, you know, on the workload, as many plays as I could have got at Sam. You know, I would have loved to see it, or as many plays on the field as possible, period. But, you know, I'm just got to play my role, you know, and stay ready. And when my number's called, I got to be ready to go. And last week it was called, and I feel like I did a decent job. I could have did a little bit better, make some more plays. But I'm going to take that one and just take it with me and roll with it into this week and, you know, attack this week the same way. Wherever I'm needed at, man, I'm just going to go out there, play the best game that I can play and help my team in the best way that I can.